times. So there are different things that come with that. Also varying ages and phases in life. Some people have kids that are 20 years older than their siblings. So obviously there's going to be a difference. It's not like if you're giving your 2-year-old something you got to give your 22-year-old the exact same thing. But these are things to generally take into consideration so that we don't fall into this favoritism and differential parenting. And it's really interesting if you look up. There's a 2013 study from the University of Toronto. They studied 400 families and the effects of favoritism. And one of the things that's really interesting, and I'm not going to go through that study. You could read it online. But one of the things that's really emphasized is that favoritism doesn't just affect the neglected child, but it actually has deep psychological ramifications for everybody in the family. It actually ruins everything in the house. So it has implications on the children when they become adults. It has implications on the parents themselves. That favoritism is not just a crime or a problem for the child that's not getting the equal amount of attention, not getting the equal amount of emotional support, not getting that equal amount of love. And even this sort of goes now into something that's pointed out within the Quran, even in situations where a parent does not show favoritism, envy can develop between the children that could have major harmful effects going forward. What's the greatest example of that? Yaqub alayhi salam, Jacob with his children, right? Yaqub with Yusuf and the brothers of Yusuf, okay? Yaqub and his children. Was Yaqub a bad father to the other children? You guys should answer this pretty quickly. It's the Prophet of Allah. Was he bad to his other children? No. Did he show favoritism or preference to Yusuf alayhi salam? No, he didn't. He did not. It's not like he would tell the other brothers, why can't you be more like Yusuf? All right? It's not like he would do that. That's like the worst thing that you could do to your kids, by the way. I don't know why people think that's a good idea in parenting, to constantly shove one child's accomplishments in the face of, why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your sister? That's not going to make them want to aspire to be like their brother or their sister. It'll make them hate their brother or their sister and resent you and feel like, your standards are impossible. Forget about you and your standards. That's not smart to do with our kids. It's not something that we find from the Prophet ﷺ. Never did. When the Prophet ﷺ caught Anas radiallahu anhu slacking off instead of doing what the Prophet ﷺ said him to do, he didn't go up to him and say, Al-Hassan and Hussein never fall short on an errand that I give them. He never told Fatima about Zainab. None of these things are narrated. Never once do you see the Prophet ﷺ showing that preference or putting down one child in the name of praising the other. But did the Prophet ﷺ have a special attachment to one of his children? Fatima radiallahu anha. It's there. But he did not favor her in action. He was still just to his kids. But the heart of the Prophet ﷺ was in Fatima radiallahu anha. She resembled the Prophet ﷺ. She was the daughter of Khadija radiallahu anha. She had a special place with the Prophet ﷺ, there's no doubt. But you never put down one child in the name of praising another child. All right? So then someone might say, well, with Yaqub's sons, look what happened. He didn't praise. In fact, he told Yusuf alayhi salam, when Yusuf had the dream, he told Yusuf, لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك. Don't tell your dream to your brothers, فَيَكِيدُوا لَكَ كَيْدًا. They might plot against you.